Even the Prime Minister says this is ludicrous, that they shouldn't be able to wear the poppies on their armbands. Do you have any sympathy with the FIFA Secretary-General, who says, you know, why are we making an exception for one country? Her continent, she comes from Senegal, Africa, has experienced war, other countries experience war. This is a symbol that, you know, doesn't have a place.
Well, I think the regulations, the rules are political, religious or commercial. It doesn't tick any of those boxes. I'd stick two fingers up at FIFA. I would go one step further. We have a badge, we have a crest. I would embroider a poppy in that crest. There are roses in there. Why not? If the FA want to take it one step further and actually say, you know what, we're going to take control of our crest. This is going to be the future. I'd change that. I'd put a poppy on there, and I'd like to see them try and stop that. A
permanent symbol
of
remembrance.
Why not? If we don't want this. It doesn't come around that often. 2011 was the last time. But why can't we change the crest? I don't think too many people have an objection to that.
In 2011, I think FIFA turned around and said we can grant exemption, but that was a friendly that England took part in, and Scotland played as well. So the point about this is it's a qualifier, isn't it? So the question for the English FA and for the Scottish FA playing against each other is, would FIFA then turn around, if they're going to ban, and take some points off either of the teams, depending on what the outcome of the game is? And that could be a real concern.
I'd take them on, Ben, I really would. I mean, FIFA, they've got some front, by the way. This is one of the most corrupt... And we talk about political. I mean, they are a political organisation themselves. I'd take them on. I mean, you know, I absolutely would. I think Martin Glenn, there's a meeting today with FIFA. All of the boxes that they say are being ticked, either one of the commercial, the religious or political, it isn't any of those. And I agree with Theresa May, I agree with Martin Glenn. Stand tall, stand firm, stand together.
So do you think FIFA just don't understand what the poppy represents and the emblem that it is? As it's intrinsic to all of us here in
well, FIFA Week, they are worried and they're concerned that they might be opening a door here for other countries to take advantage. Who knows where that might go. But the reality is, if those, I think you have to look at it in isolation and take it on its merit. And this, in particular isolation, doesn't in any way break any of their laws. And I think we have to remember that, and I think we have to be firm. And FIFA, I mean, does anyone seriously take FIFA? You know, at the moment, they are a bit of a laughing stock themselves. I would take them on.
Well, that's interesting, because that's a real issue for FIFA, that they lack credibility.
They do lack credibility.
But as a result, I wonder whether they might decide this is a time to really crack down on home associations.
They're not going to take points off us. They simply, and if it does, they go to the arbitration, the sport of arbitration, go to court, go and get this, because there's no way they're going to get this through.
What's the worst that could happen?
Points. Ben just mentioned there. Points is the worst thing.
That's points, something and then not qualifying for the next.
That's going to. Well, that, of course, they're the sanctions they want to put in place or try and scare us off. But I think the FA and the Scottish FA and the Welsh FA, they need to stand strong. Listen, this goes back. This goes back. Everyone understands the reasons why. If there was no Armistice Day, there would be no FIFA. There would be no football. And I think it's right that we remember that. I think they need to remember that as well.
It's also interesting, is it? Football has had such a healing power. I mean, we think about the Christmas Day truce, 1914, when they played across the divide.
Absolutely, football has a role also, and I think FIFA should be embracing this, not turning around and trying off sanctions. I think like the FA, and I hope they do. I hope they do stand tall.
Lovely.
Well, here in the United States, we did hear from Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General. She really made a public presentation of what this case was all about.